I'm good.
Welcome to this week's episode of False 9 with Mark Gonzalez on the Kendall Sports Network.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of False 9. Thankfully, we are back to full strength. Unfortunately, not everybody at Inter Miami is back, much less at full strength. But I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Mark. How are you today?
I'm good, man. Should be a good one today.
I agree. All right. We'll address the elephant in the room from the start. Big news came out the day before yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Okay. Yesterday it came out that Inter Miami has their way of firing a coach. Mutually, left for personal reasons.
See, but that's the thing. There are reports today that's saying that he kind of beat them to the punch and leaving on his own terms. Apparently, there's reports out there, rumors out there that he didn't really sign off on the idea of bringing DePaul or renewing Suarez, for that matter. So who knows what the real reason was, and if it was a mutual parting of ways, if he beat them to the punch. But right now, Inter Miami coach Javier Mascherano is no longer with the team, as you just stated. Comes in a time where this season there's been, with this job, there's pressure. Pressure to win the trophies, pressure to win the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And that was something that the team had set out to do, something the ownership had set out that as their top priority. And as we all know, Inter Miami scored one goal in a two-leg, battle with Nashville, and that's not going to cut it. Unfortunately, he did win the MLS Cup last year, but there was nothing in.
Yeah, Sean, sorry about that. That's my fault. I had a delay due to a personal appointment, but there was a mix-up with studios. But we're good. And yes, that's exactly what Mark is talking about right now.
I never thought he was this masterclass of a coach. Never thought that he would be some masterclass of a coach. While I did give him credit for winning the Cup last year, it was kind of due to part with Nashville and having the Suarez situation and seeing how well the team played. And there was really no reason on his part to put Suarez back in the lineup, and the team just ended up going from there. But he had his flaws, and they were big. No technical adjustment to the game, no in-game management, bad use of rotational. Bad use of rotations, bad usage of players out of position, experimenting too much with too many things, not being consistent. And then ultimately, you're the manager. It all falls on you. You got to win the big games. And unfortunately, and the big trophies. And as I said, the CCC was it this year, and you fell flat. So like I said, if he got fired, if you beat it to the punch, I don't know. But we know he's not the manager anymore. And with that, it's Guillermo Hoyos, the former sporting director, Messi's footballing father, as he's deemed to be. And we'll see where that goes. My personal opinion, I think he'll be the coach for, the next 6 to 9 games, 8 games, I want to say, before the World Cup, and then after that, they will hire a long-term coach.
Before I touch on points that you made before, who do you have as your prediction? I've already heard some names out there. That's why I'm asking.
There's names that have been thrown out there. Xavi's been thrown out there. River Plate's coach has been thrown out there. And then the big one is Lionel Scaloni from Argentina. His name's been thrown out there. So who knows? I really don't know what direction this club will go. As Mascherano was just out of the blue last year, we won't know what they're thinking, what they're leaning. So it has um it has a chance to go anywhere.
I think my gut, knowing the Moss and Beckham combo, my guess is their top candidate will be Xavi. I don't know that they'll land him, but I know that's who they're probably going to want to go get. A dark horse for me is possibly Wilfred Nancy. He's had success in the MLS. He what is it? Hold on, Sean.
You would have, there's another coach out there that was rumored around Inter Miami at one time, is Andre Jardin from Club America.
So Sean puts out a name, and you're asking someone from a European top league to come here. I don't know how tempting it would be. And yes, I heard that yesterday. So this type of candidate is who I think we should be looking for. People who don't currently have a club or someone who is coming.
No, I think he's speaking of the Club America getting bounced from the CCC last night. I don't know if I've heard anything of Andre Jardin being sacked.
Yeah, I remember hearing rumors that was something that might happen. So if like I said, Wilfred, like I said, Xavi, these guys who don't have a gig, I can see them taking this. I don't know if anybody's coming that is currently.
There's going to be names out there, left or right. Big names, small names, names you've never heard of. But I think the pool of Hamdin, River Plate's coach, manager, excuse me, Xavi, Scaloni, all these guys are going to be in there.
I don't think Scaloni comes.
I'm not saying he's going to come. I'm saying his name's going to be in the pool of names that you're going to hear of rumors or of speculation or of wishful thinkings for some to join Inter Miami.
So here's the thing. You said Mascherano, you've heard that Mascherano beat them to the point that he did not agree on De Paul. He did not agree on the biggest name there is Berterame, that he did not agree on. There were rumors flying that he's the reason Benha was gone. Rumors have already started flying that Benha may be on his way back due to his situation at Parma and not being able to get consistent minutes. So there's a lot going on for a club that sits in third place.
Yeah, and a club that hasn't lost since February, but hasn't looked the part of a top club in the last 3 matches.
They haven't lost since February. When was the last time they won? Was it that Orlando game?
No, they beat New York City FC.
New York. Okay, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. So, it's very, there's a lot going on with Inter Miami right now. From the pitch to the manager and his whole staff gone. Right now,
what was weird about it.
You're going to match week 8. It's not like Inter Miami are bottom of the league or the worst team in the league or anything like that, but they have a +1 goal differential. They've struggled to create, they struggled to score. Defensive lapses, while that may be specifically towards a player having a defensive lapse, just like Falcone had in that Red Bulls game, or 2 minutes of bad possession and things happen. But it's the nature of the game. It's a business, and the players are now responsible for picking up the slack on their end and picking up their form and putting in good performances leading up until the next break.
Now, I saw something between yesterday and the show from Tim Reynolds on Twitter. It reads, Jordi Alba left years on the table. Sergio Busquets likely could have kept playing. Javier Mascherano wins a cup, goes 3-1-3 to start this MLS season, and leaves for personal reasons. But his whole staff departs as well. And yes, yellow lot traffic is bad at new, but this is weird. What do you make of those who have been in the industry far longer than we've probably been, well, some of us have been alive, not finding logical sense to this? And I'll give you another tweet. Will Mansell of Channel 10 states, Inter Miami fans will have to explain this one better to me. It says he's leaving for personal reasons, but his whole staff is out too. Something seems very odd about it. Just kind of wanted to know what your...
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone, it's looking like it's something internal. Obviously, deep down, I don't know if there was a locker room lost or if there's this disagreement with player. I don't know. It really could be anything. And the unfortunate thing is we're never gonna find out what the true reason is with how with how it's perceived in the news and in the social media realm, and there's going to be stories here, stories there. We will never really find out what went down. We can piece together a puzzle and see how it plays out, but I'm just as lost as a lot of people are with how it went down. But I understand I can understand why. I just don't know the direction that this club will go after Hoyos' if they find a long-term solution.
Do you know what Sean is talking about here in order to elaborate? Or are we going to ask Sean to explain?
Is this I feel like they had something of this controlling factor that Messi brings with him and wanting, his posse and his guys in and him having a say in what is done in the club.
So the LeBron syndrome, kind of?
In a way, I think that's what he's adhering to. Could be totally wrong, but I almost want to say yes.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, now that we've addressed the elephant in the room, we can get back to some of the stuff on the field. This team, like you said, another draw, and it feels like we're just consistently underperforming. Yeah, there you go.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah,
so it's what I had a sense that probably does go on.
Right. So team just performs way under expectations, but they end up somehow salvaging a draw. That's been what has been happening recently. What did you see against the Red Bulls?
I mean, us not being able to score, and when you're not able to put away chances, I mean, any game becomes dangerous, and that's what that game was. Red Bull opened up the scoring on a counterattack. I have no idea what Maxi Falcon was thinking, leaving an open channel in the middle, nonetheless, for an for an oncoming player. I mean,
hold on there.
To this day, I don't know. I looked from my seat and I said, "What is he doing?"
Okay, we can blame Falcon there, right?
I'm blaming Falcon 100%.
Okay. However, I saw 2 defenders. Last I checked, and I could be wrong here. You let me know. We have 4 of them. Were the other 2 eating popcorn?
No, it was.
Because I saw 2 hustle back, and I saw 2 sipping margaritas taking their time.
Our wing backs our fullbacks are up high with how we play. There's no way that they're gonna catch a counterattack. But it was a 2v2. There's no sense to go try to make it a 2v1 in the corner and whatever. When Maxi could have been in perfect position to, defend the ball that was coming in, that everyone in the stadium knew was coming in.
I agree. I'm not exonerating Falcon whatsoever. My thing is, yes, you're right. 100%. Terrible decision. But hello, where was everybody else?
It doesn't matter. It became a 2v1. It was a 2v2. It became a 2v1 that ended up being a 1v1 with the keeper. Sergio Reguilon was not going to run and catch up in the counterattack. Ian Frey was not going to catch up in the counterattack. Very simple. Mikael played it. He was fine. He caught up to him. He was on his hip. He wasn't going to allow him to turn back to the middle. He's going to try to usher him to the byline and then make a tackle. Maxi Falcon decides to just dart out of nowhere, like a bat out of hell.
Yes, it was a terrible decision. It was. I was also saying, what the hell?
It doesn't, it's a bonehead. Those are the bonehead mistakes that I talk about that you cannot make because teams will make you pay, and then the game becomes a struggle where the game should have never become a struggle. Inter Miami was the better team this game in terms of possession, creating chances. They had 2 shots on goal for New York Red Bulls. Those 2 shots on goal went in. And the second one, how you let that piece of meat out of that corner thing, how you let Julian Hall just dance around in the middle there, like without putting a tackle for Rodrigo De Paul, who I'll get into in a little bit. Dude, put in a tackle. Recover a ball. Come on.
Okay, you mentioned that, and I feel like it all comes kind of like the A-team. I love it when a plan comes together.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who has been catching a lot of heat has been Rodrigo De Paul.
Yes.
As it has been rumored, Mascherano was not a fan. Is there a chance that Rodrigo De Paul was just dogging it, and we are set to see the Rodrigo De Paul
if you're speaking this and it's true, let it happen right now, because the Rodrigo De Paul that I've seen right now
has been trashed.
Is someone who's getting on a plane to go watch the World Cup as a spectator.
Okay, and remember, he caught heat for that, where Scaloni said, form is what matters, and I don't care about names.
I don't believe he should be on the team right now, unless his form drastically changes, which I don't know if it is. Who knows? We can see on Saturday what happens with type of player. But the guy's been pitiful. He's not been good.
I agree. He's been ass. He
showed up in the MLS Cup final. He had an assist in this game against Red Bull, but he gave away too many balls. He doesn't put in tackle. The one in the box where they scored, where Sean alluded to that he thought it was that RDP, in his mind, it was Ian Frey's fault. No, the ball is right. The guy has his back to you. Do not let him turn. He's showing you the ball. Put in a tackle. What are we going to bring you in here? I don't understand. You're getting caught flat-footed in the box, in an 18-yard box. There's not a lot of room between you, your defender, and the ball, and the player with the ball. Put a body, make contact. Don't commit a foul, and that's it. It's getting annoying. Watching the caliber player that he could be play so shit.
See, that's the type of analysis I like. Don't hold back. You can absolutely curse. We're rated R. We're
No,
18
it's not
plus.
bad.
We're okay.
I mean, now that I'm watching it in person every time that they play here, um, like, and I mean his counterpart, Yannick Bright, played like the best six in the damn league. I mean, when he plays the lone six and the lone DM role, that guy's a freaking absolute fire extinguisher. He puts in tackles, he recovers, shoulder to shoulder, slide tackle, progressing the ball through the middle, progressing the ball out wide. I mean, he is right now leaps and miles better than DePaul in form right now.
No, I would
And
agree.
he's like Sean said, I'll double down on it. Best six in the league right now.
Okay. Someone that what? Okay, I'll ask you this: what has been your thoughts on Ayala so far? A guy who I was expecting to
I wish I can
come
see
in
him
and
more.
contribute, and
I mean, it's very hard to make, a judgment on someone who's barely played. He started that game.
the rotation game.
He started in New York. He started the Austin game. But he hasn't really shown enough for me to really like him more than anything. He can be a rotational piece. He was
Sean
brought
said
into.
Ayala and Mura are ass.
I'll get to Muda now. Ayala,
Thing is,
I
you
just is he put in what position is he playing? Was he being asked to do? A lot of things change now. I'll give him another game or two before I can really make a whoa, really make a judgment. But I haven't really been impressed by Ayala. That's why I think you just continue to play bright and just switch it up when I can see David Ruiz over Ayala. I haven't seen David Ruiz in a minute. I'd like to see him.
I
And then
forgot he was on the team. I'll be honest.
Santiago Morales. And then Mura. Wow, bro, that you want to talk about someone who gets yelled at every game by probably every player? That guy. When I tell you
Yeah,
that
no,
guy
no.
can't play a ball with his left foot into
I
split
needed to see
defenders.
him once. I needed to see him once to say he was ass, and I wanted him off my team. It's
Listen, I he struggles defensively. Offensively, he can't play a ball. Uh, I, I don't know if he doesn't know where to position himself when we're playing out of the back at times. Like I said, he can't split defenders with his left foot to play the ball. Like, he can't play the ball inside. It's I'm happy Ian Fraser, and then Gonzalo Lujan has actually kind of held up his own this year. I after that, Lujan really struggles with pace and agility and fast winger, so it's only a matter of time before he gets turned.
it reminds me a little bit of when we had an aging Christoph back there.
Sergei
That
Kristoff.
teams would play the balls over, and you
My
just see
guy.
the panic in his eyes as the ball went
Panic
up.
because he couldn't turn fast enough. Not because the ball was getting by, because he couldn't turn his hips. But yeah, it's been a very weird, stagnant start to the season. And then Betrame, he gets his first goal.
Yes, he got off.
Hopefully, hopefully this is something that he can. I felt that he found himself in the right space.
It was a gift. It wasn't even. It was right guy, right time.
He did. He hadn't put that away. He had a chance in the beginning where he put it over the. He put it to the side.
Right.
Salvetti had a chance. Segovia had a chance. DePaul had a chance. He put it to the keeper. Messi had chances. This was a game that you could have won easily, like 5-2, 5-1, 5-0, I'm going to say, if you don't, you convert. And
if Falcon does anything but what he did.
If Falcon has half of a brain cell when he was going on a run. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. They play away this Saturday at Colorado. Then they're back home for the Red Bulls. For the Revolution. So we'll see. We're We'll
At
see
this
what
point,
this
is your
team.
expectation just 1 point at a time?
I'm always gonna expect 3 points because how
What
we
other
don't get
choice do
three
you
points
have?
against Red Bull, but I don't know. It's like what's telling me that this you know can Colorado's a good team at home. Uh,
Well,
we'll see
if
Paxton
Stephen's in
Aronson.
goal, we have a shot.
No, Stefan probably won't be in goal. So I would expect us to win. I don't know if you want me to say anything else.
What a precipitous fall for Stephen, right?
It's so weird how he fell off so fast. He got
Off a
injured
cliff.
and
Off
he
a
got
cliff.
injured and that's it. Injured and gone.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
We don't play the Red Bulls
But
after
does
this. We don't play the Revolution.
But Argentina plays at altitude, and 99.9% of our team is Argentinian. So,
So
whatever.
what's that? What are you trying to say?
That I feel
We
like
play. Yeah, we do play Real Salt Lake at midweek. Whoa, I skipped it because it's the I wasn't coming up on my ticket thing, so I totally forgot that it's a midweek game.
if you're not going, it doesn't count.
No, I mean they might as well stay out there.
I mean, I expect them
don't
to.
come home. Yeah, don't come home. Go to Salt Lake City. Go train. And yeah, they come home the 25th. I was going Saturday to Saturday. I totally forgot that midweek games were a thing in the MLS. And I totally forgot it was this Wednesday. Yeah. Can they? Will they win both games? I'm not sure.
Okay, so what if Hoyos rolls out a team and
Stop
they
it!
become,
Stop it! Stop
they
it!
become
You're gonna ask me,
juggernaut?
is he gonna be extended? Is he gonna be?
No. Hold on. No. Okay, well, listen. It was way to come out with statistics, Sean. It was a very facetious comment. I did not expect you to come out with the geography statistics on here. But what if Hoyos rolls out a team and they become the juggernauts we expect? Forget extension. I don't even care about his status. I'm talking about it.
What
would it be an indictment on Mascherano
that he can't get this team to score?
No. If the team forget score, because
if the team rolls out 7 straight wins, would I be shocked?
So would you? I think it's safe to say that you've been underwhelmed with the way the team has performed.
Yes.
If they go out there and they look like the team that you were expecting,
then that leads me to believe it was the manager and they didn't want to play for him.
Right? That's my question? Is that what?
I would think that would be a logical, thing to think, logical thought to have there. That clearly something went wrong with the manager. The team really found no motivation to fight for him, and then this guy comes in, and then hey, I don't know he's got good hair. Let's play for him.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like we're correct to think that what they've shown us so far is who they are. But given the situation they're in, I feel like this next game is 100% a Pandora's box. There is nothing that we need to be expecting because we have no clue.
If we go out there and beat Colorado 4-0, 5-0, 3-0, and we look like an unbeatable force, Pandora's box is open. There are going to be things flying in and out of Twitter, out of every social. It's going to happen. It happens anytime a coach gets fired and the team goes out and rolls out a drubbing of another team. Whatever sport, it always happens.
Yes. Hold on. If a coach gets fired for XYZ reason, typically the players show support for the fired coach in terms of their performance. a lot of them will take ownership that it wasn't his fault. It was the players were the ones who didn't perform, this and that. But if they go out and they, like you said, they just look like juggernauts, rumors are going to start flying. Sean says he does not expect this team to perform better than what it is. It is a third place team that's begging to be middling in the mid-table, standings or whatever. I feel like it's going to be fun to watch this team because we won't. I have no idea. I have no clue. And if you tell me you know, you're bullshitting. You're lying.
No, I don't know. You ask me after Saturday, and I'll have a better answer.
Oh, of course. And I expect it next Wednesday. But I mean, like you said, our expectation is the same 3 points.
Yeah, I just said you kept asking me, do you see this team winning the league next year? Or you kept asking me, does this team win the league? I kept saying yes. I couldn't see them not winning it last year.
Okay.
I just don't see them. Aside from the LAFC game, they're in every game they've drawn or won it. And aside from the Nashville game, forget it. That's in the past. You can't go back and change it. What's ahead of them is the league and the League's Cup or whatever. I don't know. Anything's
on paper. On paper, this was supposed to be a better squad.
Yes.
Than what we had last year.
On paper, yes.
On paper, it hasn't borne any fruit on the field.
It has not.
So with this, and just to use a football term, the sacking of the coach or the sacking of the manager, whatever you want to say, it's made the season interesting for the wrong reasons. Thus far. We want to hope that the season becomes interesting because you want to watch because we're reeling off wins. But right now, I feel like a lot of casual fans are tuning in to see what kind of a dumpster fire it is that's going on with this team.
Yeah, you could be a lot of fans tuning to hate watch. A lot of fans follow to see what's Inter Miami is doing but some fans should just really worry about their own team.
You're still on those Nashville fans?
Purple fans should really worry about their own team. Nashville fans should really worry about their own team.
The other Turnpike fans.
I mean, Nashville fans, I really don't. I don't think a Nashville fan really bothers me.
The city fans do.
Yeah, I don't know. What do they have? I don't know what they have.
All right. Today is a weird day because with everything that happened,
you don't have a derailment. Thank you, Jesus.
I don't, but I do. Do you expect movement with the transfer window coming up?
No.
What they have is what they get.
I don't think they're actively looking for replacements. I think what they have is what they're going to finish the season with.
Okay. Do you think the firing of Mascherano was purposely held back 3 weeks because of the stadium opening?
That has legs to it. I've heard that theory. It has legs to it. I can see that he left or they whatever the terminology is that he's no longer the coach. I can see how it was done after the stadium opening to have him be the one. They don't want to have an interim, I guess, open it. So,
do you think the John Morant play was a dirty play?
John Morant play or the LaMelo Ball play?
No, yeah, the LaMelo Ball. Sorry, go ahead.
1,000% dirty play.
100% of dirty play.
100% dirty. Now ask me.
No, clean house. Clean house. F everybody in that building. F, like, blow it up.
Hey, do you know who I want as the next? You know who I want as the next U.S. men's national coach? Pellegrino Matarazzo.
Hold on, because me and you, I'm gonna fight you now.
Why? I never said I never wanted him. I've never said I never want.
But you can't take credit as throwing out a candidate right now for a candidate that I threw out 2 cycles ago.
Stop. I agree with you last cycle that he would have been one of the top guys. Yeah, bro.
He's part. I feel like Stewart is part of, like, you know, the old history. Like that entire organization is toxic, and it's never going to reach its potential if we keep indulging with these guys. I don't know enough about.
I can bring him
Stewart.
You see this. That's what I agree with.
Okay. So if that's the case,
I was going to mention. He's been a very strong advocate for, you know, how bad the youth system is and all this stuff.
Okay.
Now, going back to your point of Pellegrino Matarazzo.
I get the credit, and that's it. That's the only
I'm not saying I'm not taking the credit away from you. I'm just saying I would like him as the next coach.
Well, me too. I would have liked him 2 cycles ago.
You know, it is what it is. We have Pochettino. The chances of us getting grouped just keep going up in my head. I don't know why.
I don't think we'll get grouped, but I don't think we win a game outside of the group.
That kind of that's not obvious. It's like not an obvious statement.
Listen, that's just what I see.
I mean, when was the last time?
I see the obvious. That's okay.
You know, I'm glad you stated the obvious there.
I mean, what else is there to say? There is no deep thinking possibility. It is what it is.
You're right.
Now, talk to me about this.
You know, I American Youth Soccer is so broken, man.
Because it's pay for play?
It's so broken. Like, it's like a repeated record. Everyone like states the same thing. It's the obvious same thing, but there's never a change to it. They never change it. The American Soccer Federation is absolutely atrocious.
See, I have a solution, but the solution will take time, a lot of time. But I feel it's the most organic solution possible, which is, let's see what Sean. Okay, and it what I'm saying is, it goes a little bit to that. We have the best basketball players in the world. Why? Because everybody plays basketball. It allows you to develop. It allows you to just play basketball. And then once you learn how you play, you get into an AAU, you get into a whatever, and
AAU is the most corrupt,
100%. That's what I said. The system is broken.
Ever.
But you go in there having developed some kind of basketball personality before going into a corrupt system. At the moment, soccer starts in corruption. My solution is wherever there's a basketball court,
put a soccer court, put a soccer
five. Put a soccer 5. Public use. None of this BS you see Kendall Soccer Park where you got to pay $9 billion to play or anywhere. No. Allow the game to grow organically and you will develop talent. Yeah, something like that. Where I think that if you start playing pickup games in the streets, you're good. Like you're gonna develop. I didn't know that, by the way. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. So
I don't know what the German model is, stuff like
I don't
that.
know.
So
That's why I'm asking. I don't know if I just copied the hell out of a European model that I didn't know I was copying. If I just pulled a mark and just stole their thunder.
I
Um,
didn't say that. I didn't steal your credit,
I'm
Frank.
just messing with you.
Stop it.
You see, as a kid, we put 4 sweaters on the floor. Okay, yeah, and I remember we used to also use the little cones, and if it went above the cone, it didn't count.
You play
Yeah,
bags on the floor, shoes on the floor.
yeah, and if it went above, like it had to be rolling in order for it to count. So I think that's the only way to grow it. You can't, and you know who had the most damning, I guess, review of the soccer system?
Oh,
Slatan. Have you seen that interview?
I haven't seen the whole interview. I've seen clips of it, specifically with what you're referring to.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, it's a it's a terrible situation, and you're going to correct, if you're going to start from there to correct the youth system, then you know what? Fine. It is. Yeah, that's excellent. I feel like that's a great idea.
I I love it. But kids in this day and age are so brought up to taught winning culture and winning, and you gotta win, and they forget how to lose sometimes. And I agree.
Hold on to this, Francisco. I'm curious. Where did you grow up? Because I sure as hell can tell you it wasn't here in the States. And if it was, I'd be totally surprised. Totally surprised.
um, yeah, with Sean keeping parents away, and all this stuff.
There it is. See? And
Yeah.
that's something that I see there. And there's a passion and a flair that builds when you play these pickup games. I mean, it's very similar to what the Dominican Republic and what Venezuela are to baseball, where you have kids just playing on the street, developing these flares and skills that you can't learn unless you're freelancing. Same thing. You have all these kids in Colombia, playing every single day with friends without parents or coaches. There is no other way to find yourself than to play with friends. Look at us. We love the game of basketball. We went to the park every day. If you weren't good, if you weren't doing things you were supposed to do, you didn't play. Nobody pushed you harder than your peers. Because nobody wants to be the kid that never gets picked. Nobody does. So if Sean says that Ernie Stewart is the guy that's going to fix this, then I'll take Sean's word for it and let's go. Just deport Greg Berhalter somewhere, wherever you want.
Why? Why Greg Berhalter?
Because he's
with the Chicago Fire.
He's part of the downfall. I didn't say I blame fully, but he's part of the downfall. Because I will never get over.
What?
Never.
Say it.
Well, I mean, all of us do. Sean, all of us want it to be fixed. But get out of my team if you're saying, stop trying, it's 1-1. No, bro. Go out and win. All right. Before we get out of here, do you have anything else, sir?
Champions League has been pretty good.
Who?
The Champions League.
Oh yeah.
I watched Bayern and PSG. Should be a very good leg.
Oh, Real Madrid
Uh,
lost today. I wasn't able to watch it.
yeah, they ended up losing.
Okay.
But it was a good game. It was a great game until I don't know. Camavinga decided to get a yellow, then get a second yellow for taking the ball and delaying it in 25 minutes of his play, and then Lucho Diaz scoring the game winner. And Tottenham are also on the verge of going down. They have a pretty tough schedule ahead of them, and not sure if they're going to stay up.
Well, they're gonna have fun in the championship.
We'll see how that goes.
Shout out to Francisco. Thank you for chiming in and sharing in the conversation. Sean, as always, I feel like he's also the man, the myth, the legend, but Junior, because you're head honcho here. But for everyone here at Kendall Sports, heat season is over. We have full go here in the MLS and Inter Miami, and the Dolphins are coming up.
Who?
Yeah, listen, that guy really, really, really did his thing. You can catch us every Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Well, not game day Wednesdays. Like next Wednesday, it'll be moved to Thursday.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
Friday.
Yeah. Awesome. Listen, thank you so much. Follow us on.
Díganle a sus amigos, a todos que suscriben, que lo vean los videos, de todo.
Yes, the one under my name is the correct
everything. Twitter handle.
Handle. The one on the bottom needs to be corrected. That's on me. That's my fault. We were on the sideline with production for a little bit. Haven't really updated it, but yeah, you can catch us. Follow us on X, F9Mark. Give us a follow there. We're on IG. Thank you for subscribing to a YouTube channel. If you're a fan of soccer, we'll be here with Inter Miami coverage, but we also cover all of the Miami teams. So thank you for tuning in.
Maybe we'll do some World Cup coverage.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell your friends about us. Sean, is always a pleasure and a privilege to have you on the show, our number one contributor. But for everyone here, we'll see you guys next week, Thursday, because we have the midweek game.
Thursday or Friday. Yeah. We have a midweek game.
We'll put it out and announce it. But I hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, guys. A little rusty here on